So, just finished watching Winter is Coming, and this was a fucking good show. And I mean, you started it off with the championship match. You have Bryan Danielson versus Adam Page, and this match, yeah, it lasted almost an hour. I think it was 55 minutes or something like that. And holy shit, like, you had a lot of good holds. They wrestled outside the ring. There was a spot where Heyman jumped off the turnbuckle, was gonna hit Bryan, and ended up hitting the table. And yeah, he got busted open pretty good. But, you know, unfortunately, the time limit ran out. And still your champion, obviously, Adam Page. Hashtag cowboy shit. You had your match with Serena D and Kiyoshida, and this match was really cool too. It was not very long, obviously, because of the match prior, but basically Serena was dominant during the first part of that match. And yeah, she thought she was gonna win, and basically Sheeta took over in the match, and she mercifully kicked Serena in the back of the head a few times, and somehow she ended up getting the win. And is the feud over? I'm not quite sure. So it'll be interesting to see what happens from there. You have the match, WARDLOW versus Matt Sydal. Fucking awesome intro, by the way, from WARDLOW's theme music. Of course, he's coming out with Shawn Spears. So yeah, this was basically a one-sided ass-kicking. You know, Matt Sydal ended up losing the match. Shawn tried to get WARDLOW to go for the pin. It took a little bit, but after another power bomb, he did end up getting the win. Then Shawn Spears had the chair, hitting Matt Sydal in the arm and the leg and all that shit. So yeah, this was a good match too, and again, a quick match, but you know, what can I say after almost an hour with the first match, which, once again, did it need to be that long? I'm not sure. And you all know how I feel about draws, or countouts, or whatever, but yeah, a draw, again. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen. I'm sure next year they're gonna have another match, but we'll see. You had the main event was Dante Martin versus MJF. MJF coming out, cutting promo on the crowd in Texas, and just saying a bunch of shit that you wouldn't hear in WWE necessarily, but this was a really good match, and I think that Dante Martin was made to look really good. You know, you thought he was gonna beat MJF and take the ring, but that didn't seem to happen. And, you know, it was kind of like you had Ricky Starks come out near the end of the match and cause an interference. And so MJF hooked a vicious armbar, a Fujiyama armbar, and yeah, he got the win, got the ring. And of course you have CM Punk, Sting, and Darby Allin hit the ring after a beatdown from Ricky Starks and FTR. So basically it's gonna be an 8-man tag match. I'm not sure if it's, I can't remember if it's Rampage or not. Rampage or next week, which is gonna be the holiday edition of AEW, so yeah, I look forward to that. I think it'll be awesome. there's a bunch of things in between as well, interviews and stuff, and the Super Elite, and the Varsity Blondes. So that's gonna be cool to see what happens next week, though. Anyways, talk to you later. Bye.
So you know that them cutting WCW was a long time coming. But I think that there's this myth out there that Jamie Keller
Gnarly.
that's why he took pleasure in cutting WCW. I don't think that's the case at all. Because if you look at some of his earlier interviews, like